iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12-Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome in here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, to the Five Flags Speedway, where the Checkered Flag Auto Supply SK Modified Series for Red Light Racing heads back to the great short track racing action on Thursday evening that all of us love. Welcome, all race fans here tonight. My name is Roger Muth, and I'm back up here in the booth, and I'm happy to be here with Red Light Racing. These drivers always put on a whale of a show. It is the 5th season that we are here behind the microphone with the SK Modified Series. We've had a handful of drivers take those championship titles. Season 1 went to Chuck Sweeting. Brian Hacker picked up Season 2. Max Terrill picked up Season 3. And last season, the youngster Dalton Williamson was able to park it into the championship spot as he picked up 3 wins last season. Tonight, the slate is all, well, it's erased. It is a brand new 12-week season starting right here in Pensacola, Florida. That's where, well, a lot of these drivers wind down their season. A lot of these drivers local to the Pensacola area, so they have visited the Five Flags Speedway. We're going to see which one of them can kick it off here tonight and park themselves in victory lane. Remember, there's no chase standings at the end of the season. It's man versus man, machine versus machine. The man who winds up with the most points, well, he will win the points championship at the end of the season. We are getting ready, though, counting down under 30 seconds here. Qualifying is in the books. And, of course, we have the man who is going to sit on top of the pole here tonight. There is the 42 of Max Terrill. He will take the Arts Barbershop Quick Clip Pole Award here for the first time in season number 5. We got to thank Art and the barbershop up there. That is the Arts Barbershop Quick Clip Pole Award tonight, going to the 42 out of Canada. Max Terrill set the quick time here tonight with a 16.46 second lap. That is the Arts Barbershop Quick Clip Pole Award here tonight, presented to Max Terrill. So he'll take his name and put it on the pole position for the first time here this season. So qualifying is in the books. That means, race fans, these drivers are going to take to the grid here in a second. So let's take us down trackside and get the starting lineup here for the first time, brought to us by the Empire Racing Team. It's the Empire Racing Team starting lineup here tonight for the Holy Shirts and Pants 100. Starting on the pole here, he had the quick time. It's the 42 of Max Terrill. To his outside, it's the Empire Race Team, number 11 Illinois, of Brian Hacker. Sean Single driving the Rev Esports, number 11 here tonight. The driver out of Ayer, Massachusetts. He'll roll off position number 3. Going in position number 4 here tonight, he hails out of Florida. It's the driver of the number 31, the Rev Esports, Michael Trevarthen. Back for season number 5. It's his 5th season behind the wheel, piloting the number 37 NY. This is Brian Robinson. His outside, the driver out of Florida, driving the Rev Esports BK Paints #1. This is last season's champion, Dalton Williamson. Driving the Higgins Hill Racing Checkered Flag Auto Supply #40. He'll go 7th on the grid here tonight. This is Rob Higgins. Justin McDuff, the driver out of New York, driving for the Empire Race Team. It's the #20 of Justin McDuff. Starting at position #9, hailing out of Carolina, the wily veteran. It's the Colonial Tire and Service Center, #54 of Rex Hoyle. And rolling off from the 10th position, it's the Mafia Motorsports, #23 of Blake Timmons. Starting in position #11, driving the Need for Speed Motorsports, Granny Hips, Buckley, Walkers, and Canes, #2 of Joshua Buckley. AJ Hamill for the Empire Race Team. He will roll off back there in position #12. Mr. Confusion has a lot of ground to make up here tonight. 13th, going to go to the #6. It's the 6 Rings Racing Rev Esports driver, Eric Stout. Starting back into the 14th position, it's the 38th, the Beefy Motorsports, Brandon Veeney. It is going to be Big Nasty himself, the #53 of Colin Phillips, starting in the 15th position. That's our old friend from north of the border, the #45 of Tim Williams. He'll go 16th. 17th, the youngster, Aiden Ovecchione. He will roll off from position 17. Bob Higgins got the Checkered Flag Auto Supply, #41 out of Ayer, Massachusetts, ready to go 18th here tonight. Johnny Bell out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania has got car #27. He'll go 19th on the starting lineup. Then it will be the 99. That's the 99 of Mark Jenkins and Brian Bianchi in the Cold Peppers Bakery and Cafe, #14. He will roll off from the final starting position here tonight. That's the Empire Racing starting lineup. We are ready to go racing here tonight at the Five Flags Speedway for the first time in the Checkered Flag Auto Supply SK Modified Series. Tonight, it's the Holy Shirts and Pants 100 right here, and the green flag is out. Green flag is out as everybody down into turn #1. 100 laps on the board here tonight. Down the back straightaway, there's the battle for the race lead. Two of the drivers that you expect to see out front duking it out. Lap #1 of the season. Give it to the #42 of Max Terrion. Oh no, the dreaded caution lights are on the speedway, and it looks like 2 cars up into the outside wall. It's the #6 of Eric Stout and the 53 of Colin Phillip. Colin Phillip in the Carbon Junction. #53 involved in this one early on. Both drivers did start up inside the top 15 here tonight. So the 53 of Phillip and the #6 of Stout are involved here tonight. We will have to take a look back and see what the truck has to say. Let's watch it back. Let's see. There you see the 53, the white machine to the inside. There's the 6 also down there. Oh, the 6 got into the back of it. Looks like Buckley. And then lost it down to the bottom side of the apron. Bounced off the inside retaining wall. Right on board here with the Cold Peppers Bakery onboard camera. Just couldn't gather it back up, and collecting the 53 of Colin Phillip along the way. So a 2-car tango, call it 3, because Josh Buckley got a little Nerf bumper action involved in that one. Right on board with Colin Phillips, see what he saw. Short track racing, there's not many places that you're going to be able to go, and there you see the 53 down on pit road. He'll get some service and see if he can get back out there tonight. There is race leader Max Terrell. He did pick up the Top Spot Pole Award here tonight, brought to us by Arts Barbershop with that Quick Clip Pole Award. So the 42 has led every lap and has taken the pole here tonight. The Illinois boy, one-time champion, Brian Hacker, is sitting currently in the 2nd position. Sean Single is 3rd, and Michael Trevarthen is 4th. Rounding out the top 5 is Dalton Williamson. We do got to thank tonight's sponsor. It's sponsored here at the Five Flags Speedway by Holy Shirts and Pants for the Holy Shirts and Pants 100. Of course, Holy Shirts and Pants is 50% fashion, 49% emotion, and 1% science. If you're not wearing Holy Shirts and Pants, well, then you don't have holes in your shirt nor your pants. Make sure to look up Holy Shirts and Pants today and get some holes in your shirts or pants. Getting ready to go back, green flag racing here. It will be 6 laps officially completed when we do take the green flag. 2 champions going to start here on the front row for the restart, and we're green flag racing once again here in Pensacola. Great start by the inside lane there. The 42 Max Terrell will squirt out ahead of everybody else. As you look back with the mechanic advisor onboard camera here, the number 42 leading this one here tonight. He'll click off another lap. Everybody in tow. A little bit of movement, a little bit of jockeying back there. The number 20 of Justin McDuff trying to make his way up through. He will actually clear the number 31 of Michael Trevarthen. No, 3 wide racing action just behind them. I believe that's the 23 of Blake Timmons. He was 3 wide. Rob Higgins was down to the inside. The 37 NY was to the outside. That is Brian Robinson in the Fanatec number 37 NY. He is right now to the outside of the groove there. He's getting shuffled up. Here comes Rex Hoyle. Joshua Buckley off the racing surface, and he is sliding with the Granny Hips Walkers and Canes machine down on the inside, trying to see if he can get it gathered back up, bouncing it off the inside wall. The truck says they have that one already queued. Let's take a look back. What happened? Oh, Brandon Feeney was sideways, and Buckley had nowhere to go, right into the back Nerf bars, and then he locked it up and slid down to the inside wall. So we stay green flag racing here, and actually I spoke too soon. The driver out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Johnny Bell, having a little bit of issues out there. The Ferrari enthusiast going around. So Johnny Bell will go 1 lap down as the rest of the field actually just heads on by him. He's looking for a clean way to turn the number 27 around, and then he'll tag the back of the field. Josh Buckley will get saved by this caution flag here. He was about to go a lap down himself, so he will stay on the lead lap, and then he'll be able to come down to pit road to see if he can get some damages fixed, if there are any on that number 2 machine. Let's take the look back here on the replay. What can we see with Johnny Bell? There you see him behind the 38 of Brandon Feeney. Johnny Bell goes down. Oh, he hits that apron. We've seen it bite one driver here tonight, and unfortunately gets sucked around by the inside retaining wall. And there goes the 14 of Brian Bianchi. He had just missed making hard contact with car number 27. Right on board here with Johnny Bell. They had to place that inside wall there just about 7 feet too far out there, and it's what caught Johnny Bell and snapped that car around. Does look like Johnny Bell has come down to pit road, so he will take some service to car number 27 and see if he can get back out there. We got to thank our longtime sponsor here, our premier sponsor here with the Red Light Modified Series. Of course, it is the Checkered Flag Auto Supply. Checkered Flag Auto Supply located in Ayer, Massachusetts. The family-owned and operated friendly staff up there with the Checkered Flag Auto Supply. If you're on the need for parts for any vehicle out there on the market, they tell me that they have Ford, Jeep, Chevrolet, Dodge, Chrysler, any part you need for your Alfa Romeo, they have it in stock, or they can at least get it for you. Make sure to stop by up in Ayer, Massachusetts with the Checkered Flag Auto Supply. We got to thank the Higgins Group for always being supportive here with the SK Modified Series. There you see the owner, Bob Higgins, out here tonight ripping around with his Checkered Flag Auto Supply number 41. We thank Bob and his continued support here with Red Light Racing. That's just one of the couple cars that are sponsored here tonight, having Checkered Flag Auto Supply riding on board with them. Joshua Buckley back into the 18th position. He has the Checkered Flag Auto Supply banner on the side of that number 2, along with car number 40 of Rob Higgins. There you see him. He will restart in position number 8. We'll come back here. We'll take the restart, and we'll see what we can do here. It'll be 16 laps completed. Max Terrell has led every lap here tonight. Green flag back into the air, and we're racing once again here at the Five Flag Speedway in the Holy Shirts and Pants 100. This time, though, the driver out of Illinois challenging for the race lead down the back straightaway. Almost 3 wide racing back there behind them. That was, I believe, the number 23 of Blake Timmons, looking to try and split the number 40 of Higgins and Michael Trevarthen, but thought better of it. At the line that time by, it was still the 42 of Max Terrell, but that number 11 Illinois is not giving up on the outside lane. Jammed up here for the race lead, side by side once again at the line. 42 is your race leader of Max Terriel. Hacker now starting to lose a little bit of ground as here comes the 11 of Sean Single. Brand new BK paint scheme on this number 11. The driver out of Ayer, Massachusetts, the BK Paints Platinum RV and Services, number 11. Then right behind him, you have the 20 of Justin McDuff, the driver out of New York. The Cerebral Palsy Foundation, number 20, he is right there. Dalton Williamson, last season's champion, is right there. So you have a slew of your top-notch drivers right now battling inside the top 5. And then you have these two drivers that are side by side. It was Blake Timmons in 6th. Then it was Rob Higgins. They were just trying to claw their way towards the front of the field. Higgins gets shuffled up off the bottom. Now he is trending backwards on the outside. Look at Rex Oil, the Wiley veteran, picking up new sponsorship this season with Colonial Tire and Service Centers, riding on board the 54 this season. Right now, Rex has picked up one spot since the drop of the green flag, as we're almost a quarter of the way into this one, and the 11s are wild as they're side by side. To the inside, Sean Single. To the outside, the 11 Illinois of Brian Hacker, and Hacker almost into the outside wall there. I don't know if the 11 just came off the bottom groove coming off the corner. Remember, the running joke between these two drivers is Brian Hacker took a season off, and then that stepped in the number 11 of Sean Single into the series, so Hacker lost the number 11 for a little while. He tried to convince, throwing a presidential vote out there for Sean Single last season on his number 11, see if they could, come to an agreement. If Hacker voted for Single for the presidency, he would give up the number 11. Well, it didn't work, so we kind of compromised and gave Hacker the 11 Illinois here and left Sean Single keep the number 11 directly, the 1-1s on his card. And the running joke still runs on here of, can we get Sean Single elected as president one day? Mr. Confusion trying to make his way up through the field slowly but surely, like a slow turtle out there. The driver this year, he's going to play like he's out of Vermont race fans. Well, I don't know if it's Vermont or New York. He says it's Vermont this time. A.J. Hamill currently up 3 positions. He was one of the championship contenders last season. It's just coming up a couple points short. As you see smoke on the front straightaway. One car up in smoke, trying to see where that car is. I believe that is the number 14, the Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe machine. That is Brian Bianchi. The Billy and the Kid motor underneath the 14 has exploded. It is up in smoke here tonight as he comes down pit road. It will not be the night to remember for Brian Bianchi. His race will go out here on lap number 28. So with 2 quick cautions here tonight, we've been clean green ever since lap number 11. The lap number 12 is when we went back green flag racing, and it has been all Max Terriel. But man, Sean Single is really tearing into that race lead. It was almost a whole second at one point for the driver out of Canada. Now, that Ayer, Massachusetts driver has come knocking on the back bars of that car. See the BK Paints, number 11. Really trying to run just a little bit of a different groove. They always say if you follow in the tire tracks of the car in front of you, you're going to run behind the car in front of you. So you got to go where they ain't. And Sean Single's really trying to make that work here tonight. 32 laps in the books, working lap number 33 here. There you see the TRJ karting number 38 of Brandon Feeney. He was out at the racetrack this weekend up there in Ontario. Had some gremlins in his race car. Kind of hampered his performance up there in Canada. Wish him good luck. Make sure to check out the Beefy Racing page. Might see a sticker that you know on side the car, and it might just happen to belong to this driver back here, the number 2 of Joshua Buckley. I heard Buckley has the Granny Hips Walker and Cane onboard camera footage this season with Brandon Feeney and his racing endeavors up there in Canada. But the battle inside the top 10, A.J. Hamill looking to the inside of the number 31 of Michael Trevarthen. Oh, Hamill going to bounce it off the inside wall. Higgins going to check up. That's going to allow the 31, Michael Trevarthen, to come right back around the outside. Michael Trevarthen going to pick it back up position number 8. Now here comes A.J. Hamill once again right down to the bottom side of the speedway. Let's see if this time if Mr. Confusion can keep it out of the wall. That's not the quick way around the racetrack, A.J. You got to keep it off the inside wall. Especially with no fenders on these SK Modifieds here. You really got to be, well, very cautious. You don't want to hit the wall. You don't want to get into one of the drivers out there, your competition. Because if you get into any of those drivers, you may knock the toe, add a little camber, might just bend it up to the point where I've seen it on top of the air cleaners here with these SK Modifieds a time or two. AJ does complete the pass, so does Rob Higgins. So that'll put AJ into position number 8, Rob Higgins to position number 9. And Michael Trevarthen, who started in the 4th position, has now fallen all the way back to the 10th spot. Here's your biggest mover of the race, a late entry here, the driver out of Richmond, Virginia, driving that Slim Fast. It's the Ultra Slim Fast machine anyway. This is Mark Jenkins, back for his second full-time season of competition with the SK Modified Series. He has picked up 6 spots since the drop of the green flag. He is currently running in the 14th spot. And while we talked about that, well, there's a new driver that runs currently in the 2nd position, and a new driver that runs in 3rd. That's because Sean Single went up and bounced off the outside wall, allowing Brian Hacker to pick off position number 2, and Justin McDuff and his Empire Racing team, Arts Barbershop, Cerebral Palsy Foundation number 20, has now taken over P number 3. That puts the 2 Rev Esports drivers back there running 4th and 5th. Sean Single is 4th, and Dalton Williamson is running into the 5th position. 6th right now currently is Blade Timmons with the wily veteran of Rex Hoyle right there. They got tuxedos by Ted's back on the front air cleaners there, just under the front air cleaner. I don't know if our camera truck can zoom in close enough, but he's got tuxedos by Ted still dressed up there. Boy, I tell you, race fans, it's still one of my favorite paint schemes out there on the racetrack. And I think he continues to pull that tuxedo right there just because he knows I like it. Side by side a little bit farther back here. This is, it's the sponsor and the driver of the car. There is Joshua Buckley getting around the number 38 of Brandon Feeney. That's back here. This is the battle for the 14th and 15th position. Last season, Joshua Buckley breaking back into victory lane for the first time in 3 seasons. It was a very long drought. But last season, at the final race of the season, brought to us by Culpeper's Bakery and Cafe at the North Wilkesboro Speedway, Joshua Buckley was able to pick up his 3rd career win with the SK Modified Series. This season, he's back for more, and he's hungrier than ever. He says he needs to buy more tennis balls for the bottom of those brand new walkers that he has coming into the to the shop, and some tennis balls also for the bottom of the canes. They don't want to scratch up the hardwood floors, you know. Joshua Buckley right now currently down 3 spots from where he started 14th. Oh, Brandon Feeney down onto the apron. We've seen how that has not been good for a couple drivers here tonight. And Brandon Feeney goes down there. He touches that apron in 3 and 4. Holds on to the car, but now Feeney's going to go around off turn 2. Brandon Feeney around down in turn 2. He keeps it off the wall, and he keeps it going. The green flag will actually stay out. He just got a little too low. And, well, that's not where the fast lane is. So he'll rebound and get right back on the horse and keep on ticking. Timmons and Hoyle, though, having themselves a great battle here, just outside the top 5, just inside the top 10, running 6th and 7th for those 2 drivers respectively, and A.J. Hamill starting to close the gap in onto the back of these 2. He looks like he has a pretty good long-run car as A.J. Hamill. We'll see if he can keep it up, because this time by will be the halfway flags as car 42 set quick time here tonight in the Arts Barbershop Quick Clip Pole Award. And he's going to be the first one to reach halfway home in the opening round of the Checkered Flag Auto Supply SK Modified Series. So as Max Terra pulls out to a half second over the number 11 Illinois of Brian Hacker, does anybody have anything at this point for Max Terriel? Max is a one-time champion here with the SK Modified Series. He did win season number 3. As one driver up into the outside wall off turn 2. Caution flag coming out as South Carolina's driver, Blade Timmons, has turtled himself off turn number 2. So as the caution lights come on here, that will bring the Holy Shirts and Pants 100 here to a crawl for the 3rd time tonight on lap number 52. We're taking a look back here, see what happens to Blade Timmons, and he was battling with the 54. Oh, connection issue. Blade Timmons has a connection issue, and then just goes right front, outside wall, and roof. Watch it back here. You see, starts to blink off the screen, goes Blade Timmons. Next time he appears, it's right front, outside wall. Unfortunate for the South Carolina driver. He said he was coming in with some vengeance, and, well, he came in with something. He's going to go out like a wrecking ball. I'm being told some sim rig malfunctions for the driver of the 23 out of Florence, South Carolina. So Blade Timmons having some screen issues. So that's what put him into the outside wall. Blade, it's time to update the dinosaur. He'll get it, race fans. He will get it. A couple drivers did take, though, this chance to come down to pit road and use their one set of tires that they have here tonight at the Five Flag Speedway. Remember, the tire shortage happening all around the country. But our friends here on iRacing did allow us to have one set of tires. Justin McDuff came down. He put on tires. Brian Hacker, Brandon Feeney, Tim Williams. And it looks like Mark Jenkins is down there right now getting tires put on his machine. Drivers that stayed out, it's going to be Max Terrell, Sean Single, Dalton Williamson, your top three. Rex Hoyle, Rob Higgins, your top four. They all stayed out. Fifth is going to be Brian Robinson. That is sixth. Seventh will be Joshua Buckley, actually, and he did come down on lap number 12 and put tires on his car. So he does have newer tires, but they're still kind of old at this point as we're over halfway home. Aiden Alvecchione, the driver out of South Carolina, out of Charleston. He will start in the 8th position on old tires. We'll see how Aiden can hold off the strong competitors behind him. He's back in his second year of full-time competition here with Red Lights Racing SK Modified portion of their series. Remember, they do have the Scrambler series right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network on Monday evenings at 8 p.m. Eastern. Green flag pending after 57 laps here tonight. Green flag back up into the air. Here we go. Sean Single, Max Terriel for the first time. Sean Single giving a good challenge as he pokes out ahead. Will he be able to hold on to it? Back straightaway. There it is. Single has a little bit of a nose, but down here at 3 and 4, we've really seen the inside lane work. At the line, it'll be car 42 on the timing and scoring. Max Terriel leads that lap. Was that the chance that he needed? But here comes, well, boy, look who's now lurking in the background. Look who's there. It's the number 1, Dalton Williamson. He has come to play here tonight. Dalton Williamson will pass up the inside there on his teammate as they're already 3 wide stacked up behind them. Brian Hacker 3 wide there. Brandon Feeney and Aiden Alvecchione was on the outside groove there. They were 3 wide racing. 3 drivers, 3 different tire strategies. The man that's been on the move since coming to pit road, that was A.J. Hamill. He is already inside the top 6, and he is looking for more all over the back end of the checkered flag auto supply number 40 of Rob Higgins. A.J. is going to look underneath here, and he'll pull side by side at the end of the straightaway. As he goes side by side, he'll actually make very quick work down to turns 1 and 2. A.J. will take the empty the tanks Arch Barber shop number 18 and YVT to the spot, and he'll bring along his buddy out of New York, driver out of Hudson Falls, the Empire Racing Team number 20, Justin McDuff, will take also that position. Not a bump. Rob Higgins back to P number 7, but don't look now because here comes Brian Hacker. It's going to be a 3-car Empire Racing Team coming at the front of the field. They got the fresh tires over halfway home here tonight as they have the fastest cars. A.J. Hamill looking underneath the number 11. Of a single, he'll make quick work. He'll jump into P number 4. So AJ has the fresh tires, and he is coming, that's for sure. And right behind him, Justin McDuff is just hanging there. You see McDuff holding a little bit more of a bottom line oriented with that Empire Racing Team's number 20, as AJ Hamill is up the track just a little bit. I don't know if that's by design, if that's what the team has told these drivers to do, but it'll be 65 laps completed here tonight in the holy shirts and pants. 150% fashion, race fans. It's 49% emotion, and it is 1% science. Where the science came in, I don't know. Man, if I was right now Max Terrell or Dalton Williamson, I would be really worried right now if this stays green, because AJ Hamill is coming, and he is just bringing the freight train of teammates with him. Dalton Williamson right now holds the second spot, while Max Terrell holds the top spot. You see the 54 of Rex Hoyle, his Colonial Tire and Service Center number 54. Yeah, started the trend backwards. I do see that Rex Hoyle did add not only a new sponsor to the car, I also see he added a little flare there behind the number 54. It's the 54 NC, the North Carolina driver. So Rex Hoyle holding down that 6th position as Brian Hacker had gotten around him. Dalton Williamson trying everything he can right now to throw at AJ Hamill. Even the kitchen sink I think I just saw fly out the back of that BK Paints number 1. Coming to complete this time. It'll be 70 laps completed. AJ Hamill is trying. He's all over the back. Dalton Williamson going to throw a little bit of a block. And oh, the teammate's going to get a little Nerf bar hook down there going into 1. AJ Hamill got hit because he had to lift off the back bumper of the number 1 as Justin McDuff got there. Now here comes Brian Hacker. He'll go to the outside of Justin McDuff. See if the outside lane can work. AJ had a run coming that time off turn number 4. The number 1 of Dalton Williamson threw one heck of a block. Now, though, here comes the Arts Barbershop. Number 18, he'll get to the inside. Justin McDuff was to the inside of him, but he had to lift as the 18 had the run. Now, AJ Hamill is clear into second as he'll set his sights on the leader of Max Terrell. Justin McDuff clears the number 1 of Dalton Williamson. Now Rex Hoyle's trying to do the same thing. There's Brian Hacker. He's stuck to the outside. Here comes Sean Single back into the mix. Closing in on 25 laps to go here tonight. Just a handful of laps away from that 25 lap marker. And the front of this field is hungry like it's Shark Week, like it was last week on the Discovery Channel. Look who's cracked inside the top 10. The biggest mover shaker at the dance here. Oh, he's going to get slapped. That's the Ultra Slim Fast machine. He was the biggest mover. He had broken inside the top 10. Mark Jenkins, the driver out of Virginia, was trying to get it done down here in Florida. He had a very fast car. He did come to pit road on lap number 55, so he did have those fresher tires. But boy, just getting tagged there by, I believe that was by the 38 of Brandon Feeney. As I'm being told by race control, that was the 38 of Feeney that just tagged him a little bit. AJ Hamill, though, at the line, had a great run out of turn number 4. New race leader with 24 laps to go. The first time we've had a new race leader here tonight. It's the 18 of AJ Hamill. Now here comes Justin McDuff. Can he make the inside roll? AJ will have it at the line once again, but Justin McDuff has the inside. He is going to get there. AJ trying to get back down to the bottom. Justin McDuff to the point. Now AJ Hamill going to slot himself there in line. Max Terrell is sitting there in third. Nothing to do as he has the older tires. Justin McDuff will be the 3rd race leader here this evening. As you ride on board here with Justin McDuff, the driver out of Hudson Falls, New York, trying to get it done. This time by to be 21 laps to go as these drivers are all really into a run right now. First side-by-side battle back here. It's the 38 of Brandon Feeney, and well, it's another one of those drivers that actually put his names on the side of the Brandon Feeney machines up there in Canada. Tim Williams is right there. Platinum RV Services on board that Tim Williams BK Paints entry. Of course, helps out Brandon Feeney on the real side of racing. We always love to see sponsors and drivers always mixing things up here. As it looks like the sponsor's going to get one up right now here on the driver. McDuff has the upper hand with 18 laps to go. Justin McDuff starting to pull away now from A.J. Hamill. About 2.5 car lengths down the back straightaway for Justin McDuff. Can he do it? Or will that Arts Barbershop number 18 VT? And why? He's confused, you're confused, and I'm confused. Mr. Confusion has 17 laps to get back up there. Max Terrell on those older tires are starting to fade. Brian Hacker has now caught the 42 of Max Terrell. Rex Hoyle is hanging right there also. If there was a slip up by any of these drivers, Rex Hoyle would be right there. Here comes Brian Hacker. Hacker will hack up the bottom side of the speedway down here in turn number 1 and 2. He'll be looking for the third spot. That'll be a lockout right now, coming to get 15 to go. The Empire Race Team has positions 1, 2, and 3 that time by at the line. So now your top 5 is McDuff, Hamill, Hacker, Terrell, and Hoyle. 15 laps to go. Mark Jenkins starting to make his way back up through the field after getting a little sideways, a little help. He's now going to pick back up the 12th position. That'll be 8 spots gained. It's not as good as the 15 that he did have at one point here tonight. He's got a lot of ground to make up and a short time to do it. It's 14 to go, and it looks like now Josh Buckley has his mirror full. That is the number 41 of Bob Higgins. Jenkins, hard into the inside wall, hard into the outside wall. He's going to go up and over. Caution flag is out here as the 99 of Mark Jenkins has gone around. That'll bring the caution flag out. There you see the number 2 of Joshua Buckley also involved. Buckley will go a lap down there as the race leaders come by him as he's trying to refire the Granny Hips, Walkers, and Canes number 2 machine. Last season was a comeback for Josh Buckley. Tonight, though, is not going to wind up. You see the front bars on that number 2 are pretty beaten up. We'll see if he can keep it out there, though, or if he has to go back and grab another Walker and Kane out of the old bus back there. Let's take a look back. We know it started here with Mark Jenkins. Let's hone in on the driver out of Richmond, Virginia. There's the 99. You see him get down there on the dreaded apron. He does collect it, and then all of a sudden it snaps back right. And Josh Buckley nowhere to go as the 99 ended up turtled and then, well, just beached on that inside wall. Right on board with our Cole Peppers Bakery and Cafe onboard camera here with the number 2 of Joshua Buckley. That's heavy nose damage on the number 2 of Joshua Buckley. You do see he gets it fired off, and then when he goes to back it up, he has to stop. And then that's where he's going to go a lap down. Let's watch this Mark Jenkins back here, and let's see if we can slow it down here. Let's see where it all goes wrong for the driver of that 99. You're going to see that left front right there when he lifts off the throttle. The left front darts left, gets down onto the apron, and the rear tires just unload at that point with the banking, the transition. It's so flat down there on the bottom side of the speedway. When he got down there, the suspension unloaded, and when he tried to gather it back up, that number 99 snapped right, and Josh Buckley was there. And a wild ride as you see it go into the outside wall and then kind of springboard down towards the inside. So that's what puts us underneath this caution flag here. And, well, y'all wanted a shootout, right? Well, you got one. It'll be under 10 laps to go here in the Holy Shirts and Pants 100. I wonder if Justin McDuff has a pair of Holy Shirts and Pants. All you got to do is take your scissors and... Oh, wait. Forgot that's the 1% science. I can't give that away to all you race fans that are tuning in out there tonight. Of course, we see Johnny Bell. He had a rough go of it early on in this one. He is back out there, but he was out there tuning in on YouTube. We do appreciate Johnny. Johnny, eyes on the track, though. We'll come back and watch this one after. And, of course, the man from upstate New York, Upstate Al, tuning in out there. Al, we appreciate you watching the Holy Shirts and Pants 100 here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. But it's time to go racing. Let's light the fire back underneath them. 7 laps to go, and it's Justin McDuff out front. Brian Hacker's going to scoot underneath the 18 of A.J. Hamill. Hamill has a quick chance to get down to the bottom side. Here comes the wily veteran, the sim racer, the 54 NC. Over Rex Hoyle, he'll take over that third position that time by at the line. Is there anything left in the tanks there? For the 18 of A.J. Hamill, he'll check up, he'll get right in there. We'll slither right in between the 54 and the 31 of Michael Trevarthen. See if he can come back around the 54. This time by, it's the hi, how are you? He's waving at you, the flagman. Oh, A.J. trying to stick the nose. Just got loose down there. Michael Trevarthen going to take out Mr. Cone. Hard racing here for the third position. Your front two have broken away. It is Justin McDuff and Brian Hacker. Something going wrong down at 3 and 4. Couple cars have turned it around onto the apron. It's the 31 of Michael Trevarthen, and I believe that was Brandon Feeney. Let's see if we can keep it going here. The 31 of Michael Trevarthen is up and going. We're staying green flag as here comes the race leaders. It'll be 3 laps to go here in Pensacola, Florida. Boyle still holding on to that spot. A.J. Hamill trying to get it back. Right now he is on the outside looking in on a podium finish. Can he get it done? Popsicle stick's about to go into the air, but look at Brian Hacker. He is all over the back end of that Cerebral Palsy Foundation number 20 of Justin McDuff. Can he get it done? It is 2 to go. It'll be 1 lap to go this time by when we do get to the stripe. Out of turn 4 they come. Lap traffic in front of him, and it's 1 lap to go. Presented by Culpeper's Bakery and Cafe. 1 lap of racing here in the Holy Shirts and Pants 100. Final time down the back straightaway. Justin McDuff will come out of turn 4. He will look up at the flag stand, and he will go to victory lane in the Holy Shirts and Pants 100. It'll be Brian Hacker, Rex Hoyle, A.J. Hamill, and Max Terriel rounding down the top 5 here tonight. 6th will go to Dalton Williamson. 7th to Tim Williams. 8th to Sean Single. Brian Robinson will go 9th, and Aiden Alvecchione will take his first top 10 career finish in the Checker Flag Auto Supply SK Modified Series here with Red Light Racing. Rob Higgins will go 11th. Bob Higgins will go 12th. Brandon Feeney in 13th. 14th to Michael Trevarthen. Joshua Buckley will finish in the 15th position, while Mark Jenkins back in 16th. 17th will go to Johnny Bell. The 23 car of Blade Timmons goes 18th. 19th to Eric Stout. Brian Bianchi in 20th. And Colin Phillip will round out our top 21 cars. As Justin McDuff having a little problems down there, race fans. Don't worry, I think this is his first time ever in an SK Modified trying to do a burnout for you race fans. So we'll see if he can get a little smoke show going, or if that's going to be about all he's got. I think he's going to go down here. Let's see, maybe he can get a little grass help. Oh, well, he tried, race fans. What can you say? He tried. He's your winner here tonight. Hang on, race fans, and we'll be right back here to the Five Flags Speedway with your post-race show to talk to your top 3 finishers tonight after an exciting season opener here at the Five Flags Speedway. Welcome back here, race fans, to the Five Flags Speedway here tonight. Coverage for the Holy Shirts and Pants 100. And boy, it's 50% fashion, 49% emotion, and 1% science over at the Holy Shirts and Pants. Man, if your shirts and pants don't have holes in them, you're not wearing Holy Shirts and Pants. Let's head down trackside, though, and get our top 3 finishers here tonight in the Holy Shirts and Pants 100. Let's head down trackside and talk to our winner here tonight, Justin McDuff. You park it in victory lane. You win your first time ever here with the Checker Flag Auto Supply SK Modified Series. First off, congratulations. Second off, tell us about this race, because you were not the dominant car all night long.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. It was an interesting night. I kind of got lucky. Early in the race, I was able to drive up through there and get up to like 5th on the 1 restart, and then I got up to 3rd. And I kind of just got lucky based on the way the restarts were lining up, just roll the bottom and get by guys who were struggling a little bit in the outside. But then that long run, I was able to hang with Max and Brian, And then on pit road, it really came down to that because I got out ahead of Brian somehow off of pit road, and it set me up in the right spot just to kind of get through there with the fresh tires. And I knew I needed to be quick when I got the chance when AJ got by Max for the lead, and I got a run and I took it. And he gave me the room, raced me very cleanly, and the rest is history. I got a little nervous with that last late yellow, but it all worked out.
Yeah, the late yellow, and then you saw the 11 Illinois of Brian Hacker bearing down on the backside of the Cerebral Palsy Foundation number 20. Did you know you had enough to hang off the old champion back there?
Yeah, well, I know Brian's usually, I mean, he's really good regardless, but I know especially on the short run when it comes down to the end of the race like that, he's usually the one guy who I wouldn't want behind me in that situation because he's so good at getting the most out of the car in those like few laps that we have at the end of a race. But I felt like it was a short enough run that as long as I hit my marks, didn't really make a mistake, I'd be okay. So it just worked out for me.
And you get it done here tonight in the season opener, so that will put you as the points championship leader, leaving here at the Five Flags Speedway, headed to Langley. You think we can repeat at Langley?
We'll see. I really like these cars. I feel like they suit my style because it's really all about keeping the momentum up and being consistent. I came very close to winning a bunch of races last season. I felt like I was always second or third to these guys, and it really hurt me in the points. So I'd love to go out there and try to rack up some wins, but I know how important the consistency is too. So we'll see what happens.
Well, one final question here before we let you go celebrate here tonight, Justin. All the fans out there that were watching at the end of this one want to know, do you know how to do a burnout?
Yeah, that was pretty brutal. Apparently not in these cars. I've never won a race in these cars. My first win with them. So I think I tore the left front and the right front off the car trying to do a burnout. So that was pretty embarrassing, but it is what it is.
Well, before we let you go, who's on the side of this number 20 this season?
Well, first, I'd like to thank Holy Shirts and Pants for sponsoring tonight's race, and Checkered Flag Auto Supply for sponsoring the series, and Josh for all he does. Thank you to you, Roger, for the broadcast. Is always great to have an opportunity to talk to you, and thanks to my teammates, the Empire Racing team. We almost had a 1-2-3 there for a little bit, but it was a 1-2-4, I think, at the end. So they both had good runs. And then I got to thank the Cerebral Palsy Foundation. And they're a big, important cause to me and my family. So I always like to get them some airtime here.
Well, you also can head on over to the Checkered Flag Auto Supply if you need a couple new right front and left front parts to repair this car. I'm supposed to tell you from Al Smith.
Yeah, it sounds good. They're going to be getting all my winnings from tonight.
There you have it, race fans. Winning his first ever race here with the Checkered Flag Auto Supply SK Modified Series. Justin McDuff is headed to victory lane with the big fat check. Tonight presented by Holy Shirts and Pants. Finishing runner-up, it's his teammate, and he's not confused like his other teammate. Brian Hacker, you found your way to the front after being deep into the field. What did you need, though, to pick up the win here tonight?
Probably a little better smarts and maybe a little better luck coming up through the field. We all took tires there about halfway. We were hoping for a long run, which we got, so we were fortunate. When we were coming up through the field, I was stuck behind AJ and Justin there. Not really stuck. I was actually trying to catch him, and thought maybe going to the high side would be smart, and got pinned behind a couple of cars, and then had some ground to make up. So I think if we maybe would have been able to stay bumper to bumper, we might have been able to get up there and challenge for the win. But Justin's been fast for a long time, not just in these cars, but in a lot of cars, and he should have won himself a handful of races last year and just had some poor luck. So happy to see him get the monkey off his back, and we'll settle for a second tonight.
Settle for second. It's going to look good in the overall standings as you leave, I believe, second or even possibly tied for second. But, it's a good start to try and win your second championship ever.
Yeah, let's hope so. I know we're going to miss at least one race in August, so we got to be pretty consistent if we want to win a championship. But we're going to try. It's a good start to the season, that's for sure.
Well, new colors on the side of the car, so we're handing you the microphone. Who made this all possible in the off-season to get this 11 Illinois back to the track?
Yeah, not much of an off-season. Actually, it took me a while to remember that we got started again already, so glad to be back. Happy to be part of Red Light's good group. These guys are a lot of fun. It's really competitive. It's hard to get around some of these guys. A lot of really fast guys here, but kudos to AJ Hamel for painting this car. I think it turned out pretty well. A little different look for me, but I like it quite a bit. Again, kudos to Justin on the win. Thanks to the rest of our teammates, Chris, Steph, Andy, those out there who are watching, sounds like Al Smith is watching. So thanks for those guys tuning in. Thanks to my wife. Thanks to the people on the side of the car, Carbon Junction, There to Coffee, Pathfinder Chassis, Checkered Flag Auto Supply for allowing us to do this, and hopefully donating some parts to Justin for that horrid attempt at a donut. And everybody that runs this league, you for doing this, and nice run by Rex back there on old tires, able to get himself a top 3. So happy to be here. Looking forward to next week at Langley.
There you have it, race fans. The driver out of Huntley, Illinois. It's Brian Hacker. He will finish in P number 2. And the man that rounds out the podium, Rex. The question is, how did you save enough tires here tonight to wind up on the podium?
Man, I'll tell you what, we really had to be smooth tonight. As I talked to you before the race, the car was just not dialed in, didn't feel good. Made a few adjustments right there before the race started, and man, it worked. I couldn't believe I did this on old tires. Man, I am happy. I'm happy to be up here.
How hard was it to hang on, especially battling Max Terrell? A.J. Hamill had new tires, and a slew of those guys had maybe just a little more tire tread left at the end.
Oh, I know. Especially A.J. I mean, he was right on my bumper right there at the end of the race, and got to give a shout out to A.J. He runs me clean. I run him clean, the whole Empire Racing team. They're a great bunch of guys to race with, and I appreciate him running me clean. I was able to block that bottom groove coming off the turns, and man, here I'm sitting in 3rd place.
Well, you got to look at it. When you look back to last year, it was probably one of the we're called just a slump in the stats here on Thursday evening. It's got to feel good to walk away with a podium right off the start of the season.
Man, it really does. We had a few incidents last season that kind of threw us off, and we come back this year, a new car, and just ready to go. It really felt good tonight. Looking forward to racing with these guys. Got to thank, Red Light for putting on a great show here tonight. It's a great league to run in. Great bunch of guys. And like Brian said, all these guys are fast in here. It's just a lot of fun.
Well, we know you got new names on the side of the car here this season, Rex, so we're going to hand you the microphone as you finish 3rd here tonight. Who do you got to give those big shout-outs to from North Carolina?
Man, we've got to give a big shout-out to Colony Tire and Service Centers. They just came on board here recently. We've got Elon Aviation on the sides. Those guys helped me out a lot. And Geppetto's Pizza and Tuxedos by Ted. Can't forget about Ted. He keeps us looking good on and off the track.
Well, there you hear it, race fans. Rex Hoyle, the driver out of North Carolina, will wrap up our podium finishers here tonight. Justin McDuff picks up his first ever win with Red Light Racing. Brian Hacker finishes in that 2nd position. Rex Hoyle is 3rd. A.J. Hamill was 4th here tonight, and rounding out the top 5 was the man who led the most laps but didn't lead the last lap. That was Max Terrell. Dalton Williamson is 6th. Tim Williams was 7th. He picked up 9 spots here tonight. He is actually your biggest mover of the race. The driver out of Canada will finish in the 7th position. Sean Single falls back to the 8th position, while Brian Robinson finishes 9th, and Aiden Elvecchione picks up his first top 10 ever with the SK Modified Series. That's your top 10 finishers here tonight in the Holy Shirts and Pants 100. Remember, race fans, it's 1% science for the Holy Shirts and Pants group over there. But boy, what a great season opener it was here tonight from the Five Flags Speedway. A lot of great racing action. A couple of these drivers may have to head on over to the Checkered Flag Auto Supply to get some parts ready for the next race for their cars. But don't worry, our friends over at the Checkered Flag Auto Supply has them covered, just like they have you covered for any repair needs. You just need to head on over to the Checkered Flag Auto Supply. Well, that's going to about do it, though, for all of us here at the Five Flags Speedway. Everybody here with the Red Light Racing Stables, everybody at Turn 3 Racing Network. My name is Roger Muth. We hope you enjoyed tonight's show, and we will catch you at the races.